this and that. Wrestle this and that. Brother Reed, with Brother Don, one wrestle this and that. Wrestle this and that. We talk about wrestling, it's a fact. And Brother Reed, with Brother Don, one wrestle this and that.
Welcome back to Wrestle This and That. I'm your host, Brother Rick, and this is my co-host, Brother
Don Juan.
And we're getting ready to do the Monday Night Raw recap.
And first night after a pay-per-view.
And then I think they...
First night to build up WrestleMania.
And they did a good job. They did a good job. We got 3 matches out of it, of what's going to happen and who's going to face whom at the WrestleMania 32. We got more matches to come down the road. Let's start off with them showing a clip of Dean Ambrose being just demolished by Brock Lesnar. Catches him getting out of a car. Kneed him about 4 or 5 times, and then eventually power slammed him on top of it wasn't a hood, it was a windshield. Went almost through the windshield.
Yeah.
So, of course, the ambulance comes, takes him out, and they saying that he's at some facility, hospital down the road, and he's being checked on or whatnot. But Raw kicks off with Vince McMahon in the ring, and he's getting ready to give out the Vincent J. McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award. And he got right to the point.
He did, yeah.
He said, he said good things about his father, his father's father, himself, and he said the person that deserves this award is
Stephanie McMahon.
And she was excited. She was
thrilled.
She about to cry. She said, and did not know she was going to win, but she had a speech.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah, she had a speech.
I brought something I wasn't prepared
for.
That
I didn't even know. Yeah, we didn't see that one coming, did we?
Not at all. We didn't.
Well, I think we made a little prediction. I said it would be Vince giving himself the award. You thought it would be tight as a bill. So, hey, we both lost out, but it was pretty funny either way it went. But unfortunately, before she could even get a word out of her mouth, the biggest surprise of 2016 came along.
Here comes the money.
And that was the return of Shane McMahon. Even though he looked older than Vince McMahon.
And he got quite the ovation. He soaked it up.
Him and I'd probably say it was a tie between him and
Daniel Bryan. I said the exact same thing. I was watching it with my friend Josh. I looked at him and was like, dude, his ovation is just as equal to Daniel Bryan's.
It was deafening, man. They were so happy to see this man. He was gone for between 6 and 7 years or whatnot. So it's good to see him back.
Probably kids that were watching was like, who's this?
Yeah, who's that? He looked like Vince, but he's older. He looked older than Vince or whatnot. Anyway, Stephanie starts to cry. And Shane McMahon, the music hits, and he's on the stage. He makes his way down. And Vince McMahon tried to give him a hug, and he said, I don't want a hug. He said, okay, that's cool. We're on live television. I give you a handshake. He said, no, I don't want your handshake either. Back off, Dad. Okay? He said, basically, Stephanie McMahon did not deserve that award.
Yep.
He said, and from the way he looks at it, that they've been running the stock, the business, and even the wrestlers down with all the injuries that they had.
Yes, he did.
And he had points. Clear points about that. And so then he tells Stephanie, Vince, he says, she don't know about it, does she?
Right.
And Stephanie looking baffled. She don't know what's going on. She don't know what to say.
We're head scratching because we don't know.
And Vince says, it's just some things that he haven't really told her. And Shane said that they had some type of a deal a couple of years ago that he never really stepped out of his position. He stepped away from it, but he really never stepped out of it.
Right. And Vince kept on trying to get this to not be public in the ring. And Shane said, hey, look, you always taught me to do things man up.
Face
to face. And in fact, you said, let's settle it in the ring. He said, so that's what we're going to do, Dad. We're going to settle it in the ring.
And he said Stephanie is what she had because of him. Because if he never left, she would never be in the position that she's in right now, her and her husband, Triple H.
Yes.
So he basically told Vince that he wants to run Raw.
Yeah.
He wants basically out and just say, hey, I want Raw.
Yeah, because Vince said, okay, name your price, I'll write you out a check.
He tried to buy his own son.
He said, oh, okay. He said, any price, huh? He said, it's not about money. He said, if it's not about money, what is it about? He said, I want to own Monday Night Raw.
He want to own Raw. Vince, Vince is always thinking. He's thinking. He said, all right.
He said, oh, is that all you want? You want to own Raw?
That's it.
He said, Raw's everything.
Let's make a deal.
There's your push, SmackDown.
Yeah.
Raw is everything. If you control Raw, you control the entire WWE.
Of course. Anyway, he wants to make a deal.
Maybe pay-per-views don't even mean anything. It's all Raw.
It's all Raw.
That was a strange comment,
but now it's really all NXT because they get more views than Raw. But I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Anyway, he wants to make a deal on some conditions. On the conditions that he Shane McMahon have one match,
one night.
One night. And check out what he chose. He chose WrestleMania. And he said, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to tell you your opponent right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is The Undertaker. That's shocking.
Oh, yeah. Everybody making those predictions of who Undertaker
Sting,
was going to go.
John
Kevin
Cena.
Owens.
I mean, it was everybody.
It was everybody.
No one saw this coming.
It was definitely not Shane Mack.
Definitely. He wouldn't even thought of it in my mind. But...
and then Vince makes it even more interesting.
Because
he says, just so I know you're not going to take your ball and go home.
Like you always do.
It's going to be hell in a cell.
Something that's right down Undertaker's alley. So I guess the weeks to go, we can kind of like break off what we think and whatnot. But unexpected match.
Definite.
Unexpected opponents.
Unexpected start.
And unexpected start to Raw. And the thing about it is that I just think it's just going to get bigger and better. Let's hope it gets bigger.
Absolutely.
Bigger and better. And just as long as you keep the social outcasts out of it, and the Essentials is going to be great. You didn't hear me say that.
Woo!
Let's go to our first match.
That's why it doesn't great.
Yeah, Neville's and the Lucha Dragons taking on the New Day. I happen to think again this was a good match.
Yes.
These guys also have good chemistry together. New Day wound up picking up the win with Kofi Kingston hitting the Trouble in Paradise.
Yes, they
on Sin Cara.
New Day did win. Trouble in Paradise was nice. It was a great showing for all six individuals. But without a doubt, the highlight of the thing was the splash, the flip splash
off the apron.
Yeah, off the apron, and then Kalisto off of his back does another flip smash.
And that's why these guys should at least be contenders for
the
tag team champions. I mean, this is a match that should have been on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Instead of the social outcast crap. See, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Just not thinking and whatnot. New Day picks up the win. Great match. Mm-hmm. And as always with these guys. Then we had a segment. We had a lot of segments last night. And that's okay because those segments is what is building up the matches and building up WrestleMania. Yeah, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman out there basically. He said that Roman Reigns would have tapped out because the Undertaker tapped out. He said if it wasn't for Dean Ambrose coming in and hitting Brock Lesnar with the chair. He said now Brock Lesnar's not going to the main event. And guess what? Dean Ambrose ain't going to the main event.
Yeah, he said, he said, just because it's not for the championship, he said Lesnar is the main event.
Yeah, he is. Well, that's what you expect him to be.
Yes.
Because he's a big draw and whatnot. And
then he also told us that there's going to be F5s to come on the road to WrestleMania.
Well, that's on anybody.
Yep.
Anybody get in his way,
yep.
You get in F5. And so Heyman better step back. He may get one also. Anywho, they getting ready to walk off and you hear an ambulance coming.
Yes, you did.
And who was in the ambulance?
Dean Ambrose.
Now, he could barely walk, but he could drive.
Yeah.
He can drive. That boy can drive the hell out of an ambulance, I tell you that much. And he gets out and he act like both his legs broken.
Yeah, just stumbling all over the place, crawls to Brock. And Brock meets him halfway.
Yeah, Brock said, I'm gonna meet you because I know you can't walk, so I'm gonna meet you halfway. And of course, that kind of teed Brock off, and out of that, what did he get?
F5 on the outside.
On the outside, and Brock said, I'm done with this guy. He laughs off and he walk off.
Well, he stepped on his face.
Oh my, yeah.
He stepped on his face to leave, man.
Yeah, I don't. Who agreed to that? Ambrose saying, as long as I get a match at WrestleMania, he can step on my face. I can care less, And that's exactly what happened. He basically crushed his face into the mat, and as he walks off giggling and grinning, Ambrose, he raises up and he calls Brock and he said he wants some where?
He wants him at WrestleMania.
Can you believe that? I don't want him at WrestleMania.
I can't believe it. I told you it was going to happen.
I don't. I think it's going to be a horrible match because we already know what's going to happen.
And it's going to be a no-holds-barred street fight.
He's going to lose. In the street. In the arena. On my street corner. He's going to lose. That's just too predictable for me for that particular match. I would have never booked that match. That's just me. I would have never booked that match. People wants to see it, but the thing about it is that we already know the outcome of it. He's going to get demolished just like he got demolished at Fastlane, and we want something that's going to be a challenge to Brock Lesnar, not a 212-pounder. But that's just me. The match is booked, so it's at WrestleMania. It is what it is. After that,
just like that,
I'm not looking forward to it.
We've got 3 matches now.
Yeah, we're on number 2 right now. We're on number 2. Number 2 match is the.
Well, no, I meant like we know 3 matches.
2 matches. Well,
WrestleMania.
Right. Well, we're gonna run it down eventually. Just when you thought Raw was going in the right direction, then this happens. The Usos taking on the Ascensions. Of all people for them to wrestle, you pull out the Ascensions.
Right as soon as, again, like, he gets another shout out, but I was watching it with my buddy Josh. Right as soon as he saw the Ascension, he's just like, why? What? He's like, this is just an automatic loss. No one wants to see the Usos in the Ascension.
I'm for sure everybody said that.
And then the Dudleys come out.
They say the same thing they said 2 weeks ago.
Put a new promo now, guys.
The same thing over and over, and that they don't want to be nostalgia act.
And nothing personal against them, just...
No one think they're nostalgic act.
And nobody's going to see tables.
Who cares? Nobody care about seeing a table anyway. I got a table right now we own. I don't want to look at that either. But anywho...
That's why we cover it with a tarp,
Yeah, just
tablecloth.
Yeah, tablecloth. Yeah. Wooden table. Red tablecloth. Anyway, it was a quick match with super kicks on both Connor and Victor, and then eventually the Usos splashed and the Usos winning. It was just a match that shouldn't even happen.
It was so boring.
It was so horrible. I gotta sneeze.
That's cool. I sneezed last time on the air. I didn't even look away.
I looked away because I've been horrible, sneezing all over everybody. We're gonna get into made my nose tickle too. I gotta do that. We got to get into another segment.
This could have been, a good match after the segment. The segment between Jericho praising AJ Styles and
tell him that he hated him, didn't like him at first, of course, but then eventually he respects him, and he is phenomenal.
Absolutely,
and that was just nice. I mean, that's just great.
Jericho doing what Jericho's supposed to do, build up,
and he's building, and he's good at what he does, but eventually another horrible segment comes through with the social outcasts coming out mocking these Jericho and Styles for shaking hands and trying to make amends.
Baby.
Yeah, Heathy baby, horrible, but they're out there. They're on television. That's all I can say. I don't know why. I'd rather seen Santino Morello out there, but no, they're out there.
They're trending.
Yeah,
downhill.
They just that ball is rolling now. Yeah. Eventually, Jericho decided, hey, let's have a match with these guys again, like we did on SmackDown, and beat the living crap out of them. And eventually, they beat the living crap out of them, and just really nothing to go into without the springboard forearm from AJ Styles to stop Heath Slater.
Then Jericho puts the walls on, and then you see AJ slingshot himself, body press on the rest of the members.
Yeah, and then and Jericho wins with a backbreaker. But I don't know how to get somebody to tap out. But okay, Jericho and AJ Styles win this match.
The Boston Crab gets it done.
Boston Crab, the old
Walls of Jericho.
Walls of Jericho. Another backstage segment, and this was basically Triple H telling Stephanie Man to calm down.
That Shane's a loser.
Yeah, Shane's a loser. Always going to be a loser. I've never seen that.
And the night may not have started off the way we wanted to, but it's going to end the way. Go tell Roman.
You want to tell him or you want me to tell him?
Oh, my God, dude. And
somebody tell him.
I was like, please don't be League of Nations.
It was. Because he's going to fight Sheamus in the main event. Something we've seen about 7-8 times. Then you had another segment. And this one they could have kept also because it was Goldust, basically, and with R-Truth apologizing him from losing his match and whatnot. He still say he don't want to be his partner. And he said, you know what, I'm not going to even put the cake in your face. And he walks off.
He bakes a cake and
put the cake in his face.
He said,
I don't get it.
He says, he's like, I can tell you every move. And he goes, oh, you can? So I put this cake in your face? He's like, I hope not. And he said, nah, I'm a better man than that. Psych.
Good acting by Goldust, though. He played his part pretty good. And he's pretty funny. I can't say that about R-Truth. I mean, I just can't say nothing about the whole segment and whatnot, man. It just don't know where that's going, and it should not have been there along with Social Outcast. And another match that should not have been there, it was the same stuff from Fastlane. It was the Wyatts taking on Ryback, Big Show, and Kane. And this time they said, hey, let's let the Wyatts win on Monday Night Raw and not the pay-per-view. Basically, it was the Ryback show, just like it was the Ryback show at Fastlane. Then
but in a different way this time. Ryback, he does what he does in the ring. And
same stuff.
Then he leaves the show.
Kane say I'm just going for the choke slam, and he walks off. He walks off. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. He walks off. He said, I don't need you guys, basically. Yeah. And they called him in a segment again. And what did he say in the segment? He said that. Don't take it personal.
He said, there's nothing personal against Kane and Big Show, but I won the match last night, and I'm going to start doing things on my own. Yeah.
It's all about
brass ring, the glass box, breaking it or something. I don't know.
But anyway, he says it's all about him now.
Yeah.
Can I say Ryback taking on Goldberg? That's just something I'm going to throw out there. Because what type of chance we get all that through that whole match? You got Goldberg. So it's a possibility. Goldberg wanted another match. It's a possibility. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, Ryback turned heels again. So eventually he's turning heel.
And then you got the match. Bray Wyatt hits Sister Abigail and he gets covered.
Yeah, well, we ain't talking about them, man. They're not even irrelevant to me no more. They don't have a good match at WrestleMania. Then you can forget it. Well, I've already forgot it because there ain't nobody they can wrestle.
I didn't even know who they're fighting. Yeah,
they fight each other. How's that?
Probably just Big Show and
fourth match.
Big Show, Kane, and then one other crippled guy or something.
Go out and get Big John Studd or somebody.
There it is. That's where they.
But he's dead. But I'm sorry, don't go get Big John Studd. Fourth match, Sasha Banks taking on Naomi.
This was like the only good match of the night.
You could probably say that. You could actually
and
probably
it
say
was
that.
really, really
good. It was a match.
And
it wasn't a good match of the night, but it was a good match. Maybe it was a good match. But anyway, we're gonna rock and roll with that. Sasha Banks taking on Naomi. Basically, the match from Fastlane, besides their partners and whatnot. And basically, Sasha Banks win with the bank statement on Naomi with an interference from Tamina. Down comes Becky.
Yep, Becky had her back.
She saved the day. But, last week she said she didn't need her help. This time she gave a high five.
She was very excited.
I needed your help, you know.
Well, maybe they, bonded a little bit after they get that big win. But
how far is that bond going to go? Because
we'll find out. Because immediately Charlotte made her way out wearing new apparel, looking like
the Bellas. No doubt. And she was doing her yes sign. And she said that they two have to face one another to see who would be the number one contender for the Divas belt.
She said, Becky, watch out!
Yeah, that
Becky,
was so stupid.
Becky turned around.
Even I
Sasha
turned around.
didn't even move. I did too.
I turned around. Like, what Becky at? I wish she was in my house. But anywho, that match is going to take place on SmackDown. So SmackDown got a good match to see determine who's going to be the number one contender for the Divas Champions.
I still think somehow this is going to play out where it looks like there's no contender, and so WWE makes it a three-way.
It has to be a three-way. That's the only way it's going to sell. I mean, it's going to sell either way, but it would be a big sell if you put it as a three-way.
But let's be honest, if it's a three-way, awesome. The only way that you really sell it then is just have Sasha win because everybody wants Sasha anyway. Yeah. So,
well, not as much as I do, but I know where you're going with that.
Right.
I know.
So
let me tell him a secret.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was like a match that was like really, really good.
We also found out, ladies and gentlemen, that the Godfather is going to be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame alongside Sting. That was good.
That was good. And APA said that they're going to be the person who inducted him.
Well, I mean, I just want to see the whole train again.
Yeah,
just for the last time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whole train for the last time. And because it's a PG-13 show, whole train. Main event: Roman Reigns taking on Sheamus. Something we saw over and over again. So it's basically the same thing.
Comes out, and they get thrown out.
They get thrown out because Rusev kicks Roman in the side of the head, and they throw him out.
Goes for the bro kick. Roman ducks it. Roman hits it with a Superman punch. Go outside the ring. Roman hits a spear. Sheamus was about ready to get counted out. It reaches 9. All of a sudden, the ring glows green. Triple H's music hits.
Wasn't a unicorn.
And,
I'll tell you that much.
And then that was what
that just
made
took
the match.
whole night. That just took the whole night because Triple H commenced to beating the living crap out of Roman Reigns.
Badly. Slamming
his head against the announcer table 24 times, busting him open, and basically giving him the crotch shot. Mocking Roman Reigns
with the gun, yeah,
and
he locked it up.
He demolished him.
Gave him the act.
Great ending to Monday Night Raw.
I'm wearing the Roman hit hard, hit often shirt, and that's what Triple H did. He hit hard. He hit him often. He hit him definitely often. And if you didn't hear, ladies and gentlemen, you did hear right. Roman Reigns was getting booed, and Triple H was getting cheered. Yes, Roman Reigns was getting booed so badly that he was completely just a busted open mess, and Triple H pedigreed him on the stairs, and people thought it'd be cool to just say,
do it one more time.
One more time.
It's just metal, that's all.
Yeah.
Don't expect to see Roman Reigns for the next couple of weeks. He'd probably be out just like Triple H was when he took Triple H out. The only way I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, is that the only way this is going to work, Roman Reigns has to turn bad guy. Because even the bad guy, Triple H, is being cheered. And I don't know why this man is getting a raw deal. Has nothing to do with him. Has all the thing to do with the people in the back that works with WWE and Vince McMahon. And they're just really killing this man for no reason whatsoever.
I mean, like, it's to the point now, Roman takes the mic and he doesn't even say a word, and it's just a thunderous of boos.
Well, they know what's coming out.
So I posted online that he's going to go to WrestleMania and win, and you can believe that. But I hashtagged, "Don't boo Roman."
Well, yeah. The thing is, if you don't want WrestleMania 32 to be bad, you better not let him win that belt. That's it. And if you do win the belt, he better be a bad guy. That's the only thing that's gonna work. Really, it really is. But of course, Vince's gonna do what he wants to do, and we'll see when it backfires on him this time again, like it did at the last Royal Rumble for him. 5 things to take away from Raw: the return of Shane McMahon. Number 2, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. Number 3, Brock Lesnar taking on Ambrose. Bad booking if you ask me, but a street fight, no holds barred. Number 4, The Godfather alongside Sting. Going inside the WWE Hall of Fame. And number 5, as WWE WrestleMania would be 32 would be good as long as you keep the Ascensions, the Wyatts, Social Outcasts, Big Show, Kane off until after WrestleMania.
So there's the 5 things that RECO
it's true.
took away from
it's definitely true.
Raw. I'm gonna go ahead and rate it. If I was just rating it on segments, I would give it a 9. But I have to throw in the fact that they tried to entertain us with matches, and I liked maybe one match itself, and the main event after the match was over. That's when it got good, and so overall, I'm gonna give Raw. I'm still gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it an 8.
I gave it a 9. And I have, due to the fact the return of Shane McMahon, due to the fact that we do know 3 matches that's going to be at WrestleMania for sure. And so that's what I give it. No doubt.
Cool.
No doubt, Soccer.
Down with that. So we got SmackDown on Thursday. And like you said, we have
matches on.
We know that Triple H is going to make an appearance.
Yeah, he's gonna be there to talk about Roman Reigns, the match that he and Roman Reigns going to have at WrestleMania.
Sasha and Becky for number 1 contendership.
So far, that's what we have.
That's what we have. So it should be interesting to see where else they go, because SmackDown it's on USA. They got to use that as a building block too to start building some stuff up. Like every single WrestleMania right now, so many people are worried about it because everyone already believes they know what's going to happen in the main event. Like you said, it's not very likely that Ambrose wins. Everyone's got an idea what's going to happen with Shane McMahon. Right. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But every show has to do something to start building up WrestleMania, because right now there's a lot of people just not excited about it, and this is your Super Bowl.
You got 6 weeks to get it right, and 6 weeks to get more matches on there and get matches that people really want to see. Half of the roster is out. The real main events we want to see and people we want to see, they're out and they're injured. I'm just going to go on the line and say I just about bet John Cena's going to come back early. I knowing John Cena. He has always been, he fights harder to get back earlier. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I wouldn't be surprised if he did make it.
All right,
it's John Cena.
There you guys go.
Tune into us for SmackDown. I'm Brother Reek.
Brother Don Juan.
Oh, yeah, my brother Don Juan, and you, Brother Reek. Regardless, this is Wrestle This and That, and we will see you on Friday.
There you guys.